Welcome to Desync Nerds, a Nintendo Switch podcast. This is episode 17, airing on Sunday, the 21st of January. We're your hosts, Colin on Twitter at DSNColin, and he's Devon on Twitter at Kulana. You know the drill by now. You can also find the show at Desync Nerds. As you know, we bring you the latest news and hot topics from around the internet. This week, we have a legendary year for Pokemon, or we'll see. A not so legendary year for Monster Hunter on Worlds anyway, on the Switch, and a really cool case that can charge your Switch? What? But first, let's do our week in gaming. Devin, what have you been playing?
I played Dragon Quest Builders and Mario Rabbids and Picross. But that Dragon Quest Builders demo,
That was pretty good.
It was so
Yeah.
good.
I was not expecting to even enjoy that.
Yeah, and here it is pre-ordered. Did you pre-order it?
I haven't yet.
I pre-ordered mine yesterday, so get on it.
I'll do it. I'll get on it.
I'm actually really enjoying Mario Rabbids the more I play it. Like, it's actually fairly challenging at the point that I'm at, and I was kind of surprised by that.
But Devin, it's for kids. Remember the survey?
Yeah, I will talk about that survey in a little bit. But yeah, what about you? What have you played?
Dragon Quest Builders demo. I beat it. I played a little Xenoblade Chronicles 2 post patch. Still kind of meh. Beat it, so I'm done with that. Lots of Hulu and a little ukulele, but I think I'm done with ukulele because the game is really frustrating. It's hit my last nerve. I have a huge rant right here. I don't know. Do we have time? Should I go into this?
Yeah, hit the rant. What's your beef here?
Okay. I'll keep it short. It makes a big deal about expanding the world and then exploring the world that you expanded, and it doesn't give you all the tools right away. So it tells you to go over here, and then you get over there, and you can't tell if you're missing tools or if it's or if you're just not figuring it out. And so I messed around with it for 30 minutes. I went to a different section of the map, messed around with that for 30 minutes. I basically realized I just was missing half the tools in the toolkit, and it just frustrated me so much that I just quit. 3D platformers are not my jam. That's the TLDR.
That also sounds a little bit like poorly designed 3D platformer.
I mean, I don't remember if it got reviewed poorly or not, but like it's basically I won't say it's a tutorial level. It's like the first level after the tutorial. So I don't know. I don't know anybody else is having this problem. I just know that I'm done. I'm over it.
I do remember you having specific issues with like in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, like I don't know where to go, and I was just like, yeah, I didn't have any struggles with that at all. So maybe you're just bad at video games.
No, there's no maybe. I'm definitely bad at video games. See, and I figured out what the problem with that is where it teleports you, if you immediately progress the story from there, it's not a problem. But I finished that part of the story and I was like, I kind of want to go do some side stuff. And then I got lost because I was no longer where the game put me. I was back in town now trying to figure out where to go. Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah. And that's all I got.
You played the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 thingy, the patch. Was there anything significant in that?
It was mostly for me it was mostly bug fixes. They added another care package with another overdrive, but now that I've beat the game and spoiler free section here, I don't need overdrives, so I don't care. They fixed something with Agate's Quest. I was having an issue with Agate's Quest, like not being able to complete it. They fixed it. I messed with it for 5 seconds, but I'm mostly over that game until something major happens, like another blade comes along. So,
are you actually going to go back to it at that point?
With a new blade, yeah. I mean, I probably won't play with it for two. They're aggressively licking each other, which for anybody listening to the podcast will be very confused, and I'm just going to let that hang.
There are cats in my frame.
It's that's way more important than this podcast right now. But yeah, I might, but not for very long.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You want to talk about news now?
Yeah, I can't hear the transition sound, so you got to wink at me or something.
That was your cue. Go talk about the.
I was waiting for the link. All right, so first thing on the docket, Capcom said they're not bringing Monster Hunter Worlds to the Switch. Can they at least bring the Monster Hunter they gave to South Korea, please?
I don't actually think we're going to get that. I don't know. So regarding Monster Hunter Worlds, they said that they obviously can't support a system in the first year. But not actually. No, they said the development cycle was mostly finished when the Switch got announced. So at that point, they would have had to have retooled things in a big way. So they just didn't want to do that. Which I mean, I don't hate. That's a valid statement. They also commented on the hardware not really being appropriate for what they want Monster Hunter Worlds to be. They want it to be this big, expansive kind of experience, and the Switch obviously struggles with that in a big way. So,
Yeah, we all know Breath of the Wild wasn't big or expensive.
I mean, Breath of the Wild also dropped to 10 frames when you looked through Kakariko Village.
Only in the forest.
So, I can't actually.
I really can't see the hardware supporting that game. That game looks ridiculous.
Yeah, it was pretty monstrous.
It could barely handle Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
But I want Monster Hunter.
Yeah, that's why I was like, just give us the one in South Korea. I'll learn Korean for that game. Don't even port it. Just give me.
I mean, you could import it yourself.
That's actually true. I take it back.
Yeah, the Switch isn't hardware locked, so get good.
All right. So moving on, Nintendo is partnering rather with Genesis, which is the big Super Smash Brothers Melee tourney. Why is this a big deal?
This is a big deal because Nintendo has traditionally poo-pooed on the competitive scene. The Sakurai, I think is his name, the main guy that works on Smash, like the director of it, has traditionally just been like, I don't care about the competitive scene. I'm not making this game for those people, so they can all just take a hike. And so the fact that Nintendo's kind of like, oh no, this is good. It's something that we want to like give money to and help support is kind of amazing. And Genesis is not even they don't even have a like Smash 4 section. They're only doing Melee, so that's actually
extra weird.
Yeah, it blows my mind that Nintendo's not that they're supporting a Melee tournament. 2 console generations later, they're still 3.
Isn't that 3? Yeah,
that's 3. Yeah, I know how numbers work. So for them to be supporting that, 10 years later, 20 years later, whatever, however long it's been since Melee, it's kind of crazy.
30, give or take. It's crazy. Like this paradigm shift for Nintendo is pretty crazy. Like they're approving everything that comes across. They're signing up for like supporting these tourneys. This is not the Nintendo of 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's very true. That
Galgun and Melee tournaments. I don't understand. What is Nintendo doing all of a sudden?
Can we not talk about Galgun, please?
Sorry. Is this a family show?
Yeah.
My bad. All right. So moving along, Stardew Valley has was the most downloaded Switch game in 2017. That's actually pretty crazy.
Yeah, considering everything is available digital download. Like, I'm kind of amazed that that's the number one. I don't know. It was a big game, but also it was a big game in 2016. I think is when it released. So
yeah, not a big game this year or last year. Technically,
exactly. So for it to have like found this new life in the last year, on the Switch is kind of crazy. And that bodes well for our next piece of news.
The new Stardew Valley update is done on the new content. He's just working on ironing out multiplayer stuff. Yay!
Yeah. So if you had any doubts that we were going to get that, I think that last little tidbit was kind of puts
Hopefully
that to
enough
rest.
to put it. Yeah, I mean, all 2 people working on that. I was pretty certain that was going to take much longer.
Yeah, I mean, he never really like outlined the breadth of the amount of actual new content he was adding. Like, we don't know that's yeah. So it could just be like, oh, we put there's a ship that goes out and you can decorate it like your house and then you can fish off it. Like that could literally be all it is. So we really don't know how expensive that is. So
here's the hoping it's at least like another desert section, at least.
Yeah, that was
where you take the bus.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of what I'm expecting, but
who knows? They haven't said anything.
Yeah, they've said literally nothing except, hey, multiplayer.
All right, moving along. Birthdays, the beginnings, screens, and reveal. How hyped for this game are you?
I am so hype. It looks like a really good like god game type thing, and I've not really seen this as a genre since Black and White, which I don't know. If you were
and this is the guy. This one is being done by the guy who made Harvest Moon, right?
Yeah, the original Harvest of
The
Moon,
original,
just
yeah.
now known as Story of Seasons. So not the BS pretender at Natsume. I'm not salty. What are you talking about?
I mean, it just looks like a mobile game. I don't know why you'd be upset.
So we know that there are good people behind this, and the genre is great. So I am way excited for this. Too bad we don't have any actual news.
But definitely check those out because that video was pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. Just Google it, and you'll get the guy. The director is also he talks over the video, so gives his thoughts.
All right, next up, the Pokemon Company wants to make 2018 a legendary year. What are they talking about?
So the legendary year thing is kind of dumb so far. I so okay. Let's go over that. They've got the legendary Pokemon in fucking tournament coming out. They're giving out one legendary Pokemon for what is that? I don't remember what the newest Pokemon is. Oh god, I'm awful. But they're giving out one legendary Pokemon every month in the newest DS
Sun and
version.
Moon, Ultra Sun and Moon.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, okay, yeah. For the 3DS then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping with this next piece of news that we will also see something crazy with the on the Switch, but that is very much TBD.
It was kind of misleading. I was hoping legendary meant they were going to bring a game, not legendary like their Pokemon.
Well, if you go
Sad
ahead
face.
and read that next headline there.
I'm just going to skip it. In a survey sent out to Nintendo EU Pokemon, sent out by Nintendo EU Pokemon, reading is easy. It listed as a response, "What will you buy in the next 12 months?" Which suggests
Suggests it'll be out sometime in the next 12 months. So, I mean, that would be pretty wild for the Switch Pokemon game to just drop this year. I really kind of expected that would be something further out. So,
I thought we heard semi recently that they were working on a game for the Switch before the Switch came out. No, like it was like the original crew was taken from Sun and Moon and put onto the Switch team.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't think it would be like crazy for a game to come out this year, like 2018. But I definitely would be surprised.
Yeah, if I were a betting man, I would not have bet on a
Yeah.
Pokemon in 2018. But I will happily play it. Like that is definitely on my
Oh yeah. To buy list when it comes out.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It may in fact be a pre-order game for me.
Well, keeping in the Game Freak stream of things, Game Freak is interested in AR, voice recognition, AI, and other crazy tech. What are you talking about?
So Game Freak is the company that develops Pokemon. It's important to note that Game Freak does occasionally, very occasionally, do games that aren't Pokemon. They've done. There was like one last year. There was one a couple of years before that. So this could be about different IPs, but I mean it's Game Freak. Game Freak is known for Pokemon.
Yeah, it's likely Pokemon related.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
and I mean
yeah, I think you were about to say the same thing. AR Pokemon would be cool.
called Pokemon Go, Colin.
That's not. Oh my god. Okay. As one of the 4 people still playing that game, that is not an AR experience.
No, but you can find Pokemon and look at them through your camera. That's obviously the pinnacle of AR.
Now, if you get too close to them, they run away, and like you can like walk around them and see them in real. Yeah, it's still not AR really.
I actually immediately turned that off for battery life when I was playing Pogo, so
Oh yeah, no, I turned it on to see what the update was like, and then turned that off again too. Yeah,
yeah,
it's also a lot harder to hit them because they move. Well, now they're a little bit more stationary, but it's still annoying.
Mm-hmm. So hopefully we see some real AR, or their idea about AI. Like they specifically call out AI as a thing that they want to do, but I don't really know what. Like the way the way I read the headline, it's like they don't really understand what they're saying. It seems because I don't know. If you want to be real broad, you can call the computer controlled enemy Pokemon AI. Like it just
It's absolutely AI.
yeah. So I don't know, but AR and voice recognition would be cool, and I want to see a new Hey You Pikachu.
Yeah, which wasn't even done by Game Freak, as we learned in the pre-show. Oh, sorry. I bet if you say Xbox or Sony, the Pikachu will still freak out in OK Pikachu 2 or Oh Hey Pikachu 2. Anyway, a game programming tool is coming to the Switch later this year. Yay! That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is super cool. They have some screens and stuff, so it looks like Unity kind of to me. If you've ever played with Unity, but with a stronger focus on learning. So they kind of want to take people from not really knowing how to program to working through their thing and making games. This is especially crazy to me because we've seen, I think, 2 games of this type on consoles. Normally, this is kind of like a PC type thing, like RPG Maker MV or whatever the newest iteration of that is a Steam exclusive. And there was one RPG Maker on PS2 back in the day, and I remember having so much fun with that. So, did you ever play that?
I played not on the PS2. I have one of the ones on my Steam library, like MXV Aces, something like that. They use their names are ridiculous, but yeah, I have one of those.
They've gone the
I put
Capcom route with naming.
yeah, I put like I think my Steam profile says I put an hour on it, and I really wanted to keep going on into it, but it was just I just never got around to it again.
Yeah, fair enough. What else do we have to say? Oh, it will retail for under £30, which is approximately 40 USD. And I'm interested how into the weeds you can get, because like one of the screens that they show is a text-based programming interface, which kind of surprised me. I expected that it would be more visual, more drag and drop, more control-oriented. Controller, rather, not control. So to see them have actual like full-on typing is kind of crazy to me.
Can you imagine typing on that?
So the next bit is they did say that you can put a USB keyboard into the Switch for that, which
Hallelujah.
yeah, I can. I've used the Switch keyboard for a little bit for like searching for a game on the eShop, and it's just not. It's awful.
You should the PS4 Pro or just the PS4 in general has like this little section on their gamepad that you can use for typing, and it's cancer every time. Oh my god, I hate it so much.
Only
And that's
imagine.
basically the Switch is like one step above that, and I still can't stand it.
Mm-hmm. So I'm intrigued by this, and I kind of want to see. They do have a current PC iteration that is separate from this. It's not going to be the same product line, but it's the same company. So I assume if you're at all interested in this and you want to get like a preview, I'm sure that has some of the same kind of like design elements to it. So that is worth checking out.
All right, moving along. Scribblenauts is available for preload. Yay!
Yeah, so the Scribblenauts we talked about a couple weeks ago that was at the ratings board thing. It is, in fact, it got confirmed last week, and now we know that it is coming out on the 9th of March, and it will be a 1.3 gigs, which is surprisingly small. Like
Tiny. Yeah.
I keep saying I need a cough button. I keep not doing it. It will also retail for €39.99 and $39.99 USD, and there was no British pounds pricing, so apologies there.
You know, if you don't get sick, you don't need a cough button. That's just pro tips.
Oh, if I can
Anyway,
figure that one out. So do you care about these all? Do you even know what they are?
not even a little bit. I was like ready to move on to the next story.
All right,
I saw a video for it, and I just thought this is so I so don't care. It's just not my jam.
Yeah, well, you're wrong, and I hate you.
Probably. I mean, it's not the first time I've heard that.
Not even today.
Anyway, Ubisoft sent out surveys, and evidently they were super freaking long, but they're always super long, Devin.
No, the Octopath one was a solid, 5 minutes. This was like, I was actually BSing answers at a certain point just because I wanted to kind of see what was in it, and it's still, I think I was doing it for like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and I was just like, okay, I'm done, I don't care anymore, this is... It was mostly about Mario plus Rabbids from what I saw, but granted, I did explicitly say that I own that game, so that might have been why it was so intense, but it was like, are you going to continue to play it? Have you used this feature? Have you used this other feature? Oh no? Okay, well why not? And it just kind of...
How many children play this game?
Yeah, how many children in your house play this game? Would you recommend this for children? Would you recommend this for adults? It was just...
For children? No, God, no.
No, God.
What?
That game's challenging
Have
for
you played
me,
your own game?
right? Like, there's an easy mode, but still. So yeah, that's a thing. And but Ubisoft kind of does this. They did another one April of last year, I want to say. So, and that was before the Mario Rabbids actually came out. So
Didn't they do like Mario Rabbids came out in like September? Didn't they do one in October, like immediately after? I feel like they did.
I don't remember that, but I'm not saying it didn't happen. But
All right.
either way, they like their surveys, and I feel like that's a great thing for a company to do, just because being able to give that direct feedback is super handy.
We've also seen them on Reddit posting
Yeah,
questions on Reddit too.
exactly. So I don't know. As much as I like to crap on AAA developers, props to them for like being super engaged with their community.
And I mean, as if you're gonna crap on one after EA, Ubisoft is a pretty good one to crap on.
True.
All right, next up, Nintendo Power wants your questions. The company is now the magazine rather is now doing a podcast. In case you're not aware, look them up. It's great. I've listened to the first one. They did a really long interview with one of the developers from Breath of the Wild. It's fantastic. Now they want your questions.
So there is a tweet that it will be in the show notes. I've already got it set up, so I won't forget to do it. It is already there. So yeah, they want you to respond to that tweet with your questions that you have. But I'm really curious who is fair game for this. Like, if I want to ask Miyamoto a question, is that something that they would actually like get through, or is it just going to be like Nintendo NA or what? So.
He's like working directly with /for Nintendo. So if you ask the question for anybody, Reggie, anybody, he has access to them.
Oh yeah, of course. But I mean, are they gonna work through like getting a translator for a Japanese dev, or is it?
Oh yeah, the first episode is like it's like 30 minutes of Japanese dev interview, and the way that they did the English voiceover was actually really well done, like mega production quality.
Yeah,
It's if you haven't listened to it, I highly recommend it. It was a really good podcast.
Nintendo, their production quality.
Much better than this one. Anyway, moving along. Sony's, oh my god. I saw this and I didn't have to pronounce it out loud the first time I saw it. Sony's Fire engine? Is that Fire?
I think it's Fire. I think that's what it's supposed to be.
Okay. Sony's Fire engine is now supported on Switch, which is a huge deal because
of Dragon Quest Builders. So that was built on the Fire engine. Final Fantasy XX2. I think there was a
remaster.
Yeah, the remaster where they put them together. I think that's what that is. And so if this is anything like Unity, there's literally just a build for the Nintendo Switch, build for an Android phone kind of thing. And so if that's the case, we may see more of these games that were built on that engine just ported because it's seriously super low effort. That would be cool. I'm kind of
wicked cool.
Yeah, I'm kind of expecting that this is a thing that's already been around because I don't see them manually rebuilding like Dragon Quest Builders when they have an engine that's going to have it be a thing that it does automatically. So I'd imagine this has been around for longer than we knew about it.
So yeah, I wonder how many Final Fantasies are on that because they've been talking about porting. So if Final Fantasy XX2 is on it, right? Exactly. So if it's going to be that easy to port, then it's going to be that much easier to add stuff onto it as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's not a whole new system.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. I'm excited.
Yeah,
but I mean, I don't know what other Final Fantasies on that. Anyway, moving along, we've seen screens from the new Kirby game, and I love these notes.
It's just swole DDD.
2 separate line items.
That's important.
It's very.
I mean, okay, so it's a Kirby game. It's everything that you expected of a Kirby game, but this character is just so weird to me. Like, I don't understand who thought he's this pudgy little penguin. He's like, oh, we're gonna make him 6 feet tall, and he's gonna be super swole. Like, I wish I was in that meeting just because. What? I don't. Yeah,
I
it blows
mean,
my mind.
he's gotta be tired of getting beat up by a little pink cream puff.
That's fair. Yeah, so he hit the gym.
Yeah, a little pink vacuum cleaner keeps beating him. So it's time to get those gains.
Yeah,
Is that all you wanted to say for that? Just
yeah,
full
it
DDD?
just
Moving
full
on.
DDD.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm like
didn't you?
waiting for a little more. No,
No,
okay.
that's all I got. I mean, I'm excited
Okay.
for Kirby. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, a game decidedly with too few full DDDs, Merc Saga Chronicles is releasing in February.
We still have no news on price or an actual date or a preload. We don't know how big it's going to be. We don't really know much, but we know that it's coming in February.
Yeah, yeah. That's the FFTA like inspired mobile game. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Hype.
originally a phone game that they ported to the DS. I think was the original one.
I'm so excited for that. Anyway,
Yeah,
moving on. I'm also excited for this. Nyko has put out, it's currently out on Amazon, has put out a pretty sweet case with an extra internal battery that matches the size of the Switch's battery.
yeah. So I read the headline and went, I don't really care. And then I pulled it up and started actually looking at it, and I was like, I think I might actually buy this. So it's $40. It is, as you said, the battery is the exact same size as the Switch battery, so it'll functionally double it. It's a hard case, so I don't. Everything I've gotten from Nintendo has been like a soft case. It's all cloth, so yeah, that's not super great. Whereas the Nyko one is like hard plastic, and it was very much so built. It looks like if you throw your Switch on the ground in this case, it's gonna be okay. Like it's like padded and it's got spaces. It specifically has like inserts for your the Joy-Con joysticks, so it's very clearly meant to support the Switch and prevent it from dying. What else? It has a stand for tabletop mode, which I don't know that I actually care, but it was kind of a cool little add-in. It comes with a cleaning cloth and a screen protector. I need a new screen protector, so uh, yeah, it looks like a great tool for like traveling, which I've been doing a fair amount of lately, and like having this in the hotel for the Switch would have been handy. Having it on the plane would have been nice. So
Yeah, I'm 100% going to replace my current one with this. My current one only holds 8 games. This one holds 12. It's the stand that's in it is like built into it and it allows you to charge while it's sitting in that stand. Like it's so much better than what I have right now.
yeah,
And it comes with that cleaning cloth, which I don't have one that stays in the case. This one's like meant to stay in the case with it. I'm pretty hype about this. And yeah, that was I when I saw this on the show notes on the spreadsheet, I was like, what? No, why would we talk about that? And it's $40. That's crazy. It's a 5,000 milliamp hour battery
yeah. I
for
think
$40.
an anchor battery of that size would be like 25 or something. So
Yeah. Yeah. And this is like totally built in. That thing's got to weigh a ton with the Switch in it. But
oh
that's
god,
cool
yes,
because
yeah.
I'm all about it. I don't care.
Yeah, exactly. At that point, for what it is, that's pretty amazing. So,
Next level.
and so now, just so everybody knows, Nyko doesn't put out 100% garbage. They do put out good things occasionally.
Until you go to charge your Switch with it, and now you can't charge your battery ever again. Because I think their docks were doing that. I think it was Nyko's docks. Somebody's docks were doing that, where like after you use the product with the Switch, your battery could no longer hold a charge.
Yeah, where it fried it. I remember that news story, but I don't remember what company it was. It may have been Nyko. I do remember that company got on Reddit and was just like, we're sorry, we're only hearing very scattered reports. If this happens to you, we will replace your Switch. Like they were very much so. We're gonna fix this, but yeah. That about wraps up our news. What do we have for game releases this week?
All right, first one up. Probably the only one on this list I care about. Yep, confirmed. Lost Sphere.
So it's €50, $50, and £40. It releases on the 23rd, and we're gonna hit all of my knowledge about this game. It's a JRPG.
All right, moving on. It's a spiritual successor to I Am Setsuna, which is the only other game that this division of Squeenix has done before, which is JRPG.
Tokyo
Japanese
RPG Factory.
Yeah, that's the one. Tokyo RPG Factory. See, I know things. Yeah, it's like basically the same world, but not really anything else to do with I Am Setsuna. It's you have an overworld map with pieces missing, and there's something to do with memories. Basically, you have to like unlock memories to unlock the rest of the map that you're on. You have in I Am Setsuna, you were like just four dudes walking around. In this one, you're four dudes walking around, but you can also switch into like a Gundam mode, basically, where you get into like mechs. The mechs actually remind me a lot of the mechs from Final Fantasy VI. The my god, how dare I not remember the name of these? They're in 15
Magitech.
too. Yes, they're the Magitech armor. That's what it is. They look like Magitech armor units. And your positioning in like even in I Am Setsuna, your positioning mattered, but you couldn't really micromanage it. In this, you can micromanage it and you can aim. There's like skill shots. It's I Am Setsuna on steroids and the same world, but not the same like story.
Maybe
I'm
this
hyped.
one
I
you'll
already
actually
I
beat.
already have it on my Switch, but I can't play it yet.
Yeah, maybe you'll actually beat this one.
Fight me. I might actually beat the other one too. I'm just, Final Fantasy 15 has got me right
Yeah,
now.
I don't believe you have too many JRPGs in your life. You don't need more, dude. What are you doing?
I mean, I killed Xenoblade Chronicles 2 in like 2 weeks, 1 week. I
You
could do it. I just have
were
to
off
put my
work.
mind to it. Yo, I can be off work for another week.
I also want to remind you that when we started this conversation, you were like, "Yeah, I didn't buy any, or I didn't buy that," and I was like, "No, Colin, you have that pre-ordered."
That's because so I'm very good with money, I guess we'll say. I I didn't realize it was going to be physical because I Am Setsuna wasn't really physical. Like I bought it from Japan. So I pre-ordered it through the eShop and then I realized later that oh no, it's going to be physical. So I forgot that I had bought it on the eShop because I was just going to go buy the physical copy when it came out. And then I was like, I don't really want to spend my money on that. And then I realized, oh, I don't have to. I already own it. So that's where that was. I decided I was going to buy the physical, so in my head I didn't own it. So fight me.
Anyway, moving on.
Chromagun. What's Chromagun?
Chromagun is a first-person shooter in the same vein that Portal was a first-person shooter, so it's like a puzzle platformer. It is $19.99 USD, £17.99 pounds, and €19.99. It will release on January 22nd, so tomorrow. Oh my god, tomorrow. That's weird. Why are they releasing on a Monday? Anyway. But yeah, so it's got a gun that manipulates the world. It kind of it shifts the colors of walls, and then there's little robots that you have to help the robots navigate the world in order to open up, like unlock the puzzles. And it looks like Portal to me. They even like in the Nintendo Store summary of it very much so came across as Portal. It had that kind of like antagonistic tone that Gladys had from Portal again. So they're very clearly channeling the Portal influences. But I don't know. I don't know that this is for me.
It's definitely not for me.
Nothing's for you.
Next up. Yeah, that's true. Except for Lost Sphere, I guess. All right, next up, Celeste. We've been waiting for this for a while.
I feel like every time I look at upcoming games on the Switch, I see a video of this. Switch Planet especially. I feel like they show it in every video, and I'm just don't understand. But yeah, it'll be $19.99. It releases on the 25th, and they're selling themselves as like the game has 3 distinct actions you can do. Move, jump, and then there's like a wave dash in the air kind of thing. But it's supposed to be a very, very difficult game in that, you take those 3 different things that you can do, and it makes a very complicated game. It's got a really neat 8-bit art style, and I was very impressed with that. And the music. Was it this one? I think it was this one. The music in this was pretty amazing. But, again, it's a 2D platformer, and I don't need more 2D platformers in my life.
And I don't need any, so...
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Shu. What is Shu?
Shu is another 2D platformer because, despite what I just said, we definitely obviously need more. I don't understand why this is such a thing in the indie world. Like, I feel like on Indie Roulette, like, what kind of game do we want to build? There's 90% of that wheel that you spin is 2D platformer, and then the other 10% is like every other genre. I just don't understand. That aside, it is €8.49, £7.69, and $9.99 USD. Some weird prices. It releases on the 23rd of January, a Tuesday, I don't think we have anything on this list releases the same day. No, literally nothing. Oh no, we have 2/23. I
How dare you?
I don't understand. Nintendo's like, we're releasing everything on Thursdays, and then no. Anyway, back to Shu. So it is, again, as I said, a 2D platformer. The conceit here that's kind of cool, actually, I think, is that there are 10 distinct characters. So every character kind of plays a little bit differently. If you ever played Mario 2, that was kind of the of course not. That was kind of the goal there, was that you would have 5 characters in that all kind of played their own way. So I like that as an idea, because I did enjoy Mario 2, but again, I don't need more 2D platformers in my life. I just don't. You also gonna take a hard pass?
Oh yeah, of course. You said 2D platformer, and I was turned off. I'm watching it rain outside.
Very nice. Okay, so moving on to our segment of the week.
Hold on. Just a quick edit here. Nintendo Labo. That was the big release thing that came out recently. So we're gonna give a full proper segment to it. And I'm just gonna start you off by saying Nintendo Labo 2 packs. What are in these 2 packs?
So there's the robot pack, which is a wearable suit. Like full on, there's a backpack, you attach stuff to your feet, you get little handholds.
Okay, so hold on. I'm 6'1". Is this gonna fit me? Is there gonna be a mode that will fit me?
That's actually a very good question. I didn't see anything specifically about the expandability. So I know that a lot of it is like the feet are attached via string. So
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could just tie some string on the end of the string and make it a little longer.
just extend it, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Because I will absolutely be doing that in my living room.
I feel like
Right in this region. Yeah.
that's what we
So
that's
anyway,
what we need. I just want a
you
video.
need video of me doing that?
Yeah, I want video of you playing the robot game, and then we just won't have your camera on the video version, and we'll just play that, and it'll be
Like the one time I had my Splatoon pick from Halloween up.
yeah, exactly that. But it'll be better
Wonderful.
because you'll be playing the robot game with a cardboard wearable robot suit. So I guess we should probably give some background before we get too deep into that. So everything in the Labo sets is cardboard. Cardboard and string, I think, is all of the materials.
There's some rubber bands in there too.
Oh, okay, rubber bands. Yeah, you're right. So you buy a box with cardboard chunks, and then strings and rubber bands and stuff, and then you build the stuff yourself. So you build like in some other examples, there's a house or a piano. The piano is actually a great example. So you build the piano, and then you insert your Joy-Cons into the thing, and it reads what you're doing with the piano. So I didn't see how the robot pack worked with the Joy-Con specifically, but it also comes with like a little cartridge that will interface with the Joy-Cons, which then again press the key on the piano, and then the Joy-Con knows, you pressed the second from the left thing, and so we're gonna play this sound. It's a very interesting idea, and I feel like that's about as nice as I'm going to get about this whole thing. So again, back to the robot pack. So the robot pack it's just a giant wearable suit. It has a rampage game, which, I mean, what would you not love about that? You get to destroy buildings and be a giant mecha. Like,
It looks pretty cool. It didn't show a lot, but it looked pretty cool from what it did show. I'm just concerned that it won't like fit me properly. Also, I don't know how many Joy-Cons it's going to take. Like, is it only going to take 2? Because I only have 2. I bought a bunch of controllers instead.
yeah, I mean, I can't imagine that they would expect you to have more than 2. Like, that would be
I don't
lame.
know. That was a lot of cardboard. There was a lot of stuff to that.
Yeah, I'm now super curious about, especially for the robot suit. I know, like, all of the other ones I know only take 2 Joy-Cons, but
Some only even take 1, yeah.
yeah, exactly. So I'm now super curious about the robot suit, and I'll have to check that out. So moving on, the robot pack literally just has the robot pack, and it's I didn't grab prices. I think it was $80.
I want to say it was $79.99, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So and then the other one was $10 cheaper. So the variety pack is then $69.99, and it contains a buildable house, a RC car, a fishing rod, a motorbike, and a piano. And again, all of these, they come as giant sheets of cardboard that you then pop out and build. Um, so for the house, you build a house, and then it's got like a little slot in the side of it. And then you have on your Switch, it shows like a little screenshot into a house. So it looks like a little like birdhouse sized house with a little creature in there that you kind of interact with. It looked like Tamagotchi stuff, kind of like a Tamagotchi thing, which is kind of cool. I like that a lot. It also, so the RC cars are just two little dudes that you, two little like bug looking cars that you build. You put the Joy-Cons in on either side of it, and it moves the car forward based on the vibration of the Joy-Cons, which I thought was kind of cool. So it's like you can press the right hand side of your Switch screen, and it will move the right hand side of the car forward.
I'm impressed it works that well too, because like they were moving pretty good, pretty decently, and they weren't like veering; they were going straight, except for when they wanted to veer. I was very impressed that the Rumble was able to make them move like that.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like the Rumble's actually a lot cooler than I have personally seen. Because I don't have 1-2 Switch, I didn't get to experience that.
Well, here's 1-2 Switch 2.0, so go for it.
So there's also a full fishing rod, which is kind of cool. Like the end of it telescopes out. There's a workable reel that you can actually reel in. Got a string from it that connects to the bottom box where you put the Switch screen, and it kind of controls that. And then it's got like a little fishing mini game where you fish. Then the motorbike kit is, it's like a little like motorbike handle. So you've got, you know, the two handlebars, and then there's the middle piece. The handles work as you kind of would expect, in that one of them is the accelerator, and as you rotate it, I'm making the hand motion. As you rotate it, it increases the acceleration of the motorbike, and I forget what the other one has. The other one had another feature on the left hand side.
I think the brake was on the outside.
There you go. So it's the brake.
Yeah, that hit the triggers when you pulled on it.
And then it also has, so you control it like as you would expect by leaning and by rotating it. So I'm assuming it's using the
gyroscopes in there.
Thank you. Yeah. The gyroscopes. Yeah. Oh, that's kind of cool. And then finally, my personal favorite, the piano, apparently takes 2 hours to build. Like that actually blows my mind that it's 2-hour build time.
I mean, you're building every key, like even the minor keys. So
yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know.
It's just so small.
Yeah, exactly. It's this tiny little, like, 1 foot by 1 foot cardboard piece. So I don't know. But this is super cool because it's like, okay, so you slot the one of the Joy-Cons in such that the IR camera can see the keys, and it reads which you're pushing down, and again transmits that noise to the main Switch screen thing, and it outputs sound based on that. And it's such a weird, cool idea. Like everything about this is just so
weird, but really, really cool, really creative and thoughtful.
Yeah,
it's still so weird. Like why?
Yeah. So as a throwback to, I think it was last week, it might have been the week before, Nintendo specifically called out, they were like, oh, we want to put out new ways of interacting with the Joy-Cons. And I imagine that this is a big part of what that was.
Yeah, this is definitely a new way to interact with it.
Yeah. So that is the big, 10,000 foot view of it. And we're going to get into some of the minutia. So all of the constructions, you put you build the piano and then you put a Joy-Con in it. They're calling those Toy-Cons, which 10 out of 10 Nintendo is good stuff. What else? They are putting on workshops for this, which is pretty amazing. So there's one in New York, there's one in California, and then there's a couple in Japan that I didn't actually see because, crazily enough, those websites are in Japanese and very difficult for me to read. And then there's a bunch in Europe as well. And what else? You have to have or be a 6 to 12-year-old child. So, neckbeard me, I cannot go to one of these events myself. I have to have a child to take.
Dang it.
Right? Awful. The U.S. ones specifically are submissions are open until the 21st. Oh, that's today. Wow, they're done with that already. That's crazy. And then the events are, I think there's one in February. The New York one is in February, and then the other one is in March. So they're, I really don't understand Nintendo's strategies sometimes.
I think it's really cool. Like really, really cool. It's just very out there. Very
Very out there.
strange. Nobody in a million years would have predicted this.
God no. It just
And I mean, it's doing crazy things for their stock. So
yeah. So we have seen $1.4 billion USD added to Nintendo's market cap since the announcement of the lotto.
As in dollars and not yen. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I just don't understand why the financial world is losing its mind over this. I really, I could be wrong. I will, be the first to accept when I'm incorrect, but I just don't see this actually being that impressive when it comes out. And like, let's just take a moment to acknowledge that small children are going to be playing with cardboard. Like, I don't know if you've ever been around small children, but they destroy cardboard. The first time somebody spills a drink, it's just garbage. Like, you get cardboard wet, it stops being super helpful.
Just print another one off, Devin. It's easy.
So there was some confusion about that, actually. They were originally going to... we originally thought they were going to be releasing the patterns for the cardboard, and that ended up not being true. They pulled that back afterwards. They will be selling replacement kits, but again, that just seems like that's going to get so expensive so quickly. I just don't... I don't know. We don't have any information on pricing for the replacement kits, though, so maybe it's only $20 and it's not a big deal, $10, but...
Or just like 3D printed. I bet 3D printing it honestly won't work as well, though, so...
Yeah, I don't know. I asked the maker chat in our main sponsor, Podnuts, what they thought and what they were planning on doing with it, and one of the specific ideas that Door to Door Geek was planning on, him specifically, is that he wants to 3D print, stuff for it, which I think would be really cool. I don't know, now that I'm thinking about it, how like sturdy 3D printed stuff is. You've got more experience than
it's pretty solid. Oh yeah, you can make it super solid.
So, and maybe that's the solution, because I know that it's like plastic, so you at least won't.
It's absolutely plastic.
Yeah. Because my big concern about this is the spilled drink thing. Like, kids are messy. They're gonna spill stuff. They're gonna knock stuff over. It's just gonna happen. And so, like, the first time the whole kit gets ruined because somebody spilled water, I would be super annoyed.
It's only like $80. Why would you be annoyed?
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I guess
it could be a non-issue, because those kits could be like $5-10. You don't even know. I mean, if it's $10, I'll be a little annoyed. But like $5, I don't care. Spill as much as you want on it.
Yeah, I mean, still, like, that's still making a consumable toy, though. But I don't know. What else? We've got some other quick notes. So an Ubisoft employee originally teased this before it was released, and to me, that screams third party. Like, I don't know why a random Ubisoft employee. This isn't even like director of Ubisoft. This is just a rank and file developer for them was teasing it. So this has got to be, they have to have shopped that out to try and get third party support on it, because I don't know why a rank and file Ubisoft guy would know about it otherwise. And then somebody asked Reggie, it was like, do you have third party support lined up? And he basically just said, we have nothing to announce. So we don't actually know. I think that this is going to be one of those things that people wait and see on, because again, it's just so out there and so weird. If someone came to me...
I saw a tweet actually from one of the like the market analysts, and he's just like, how do I even predict the sales of this thing? It's gonna sell some, it's gonna sell lots. He's like, I quit my job.
It seems like a reasonable response. I mean, obviously with the market cap gain that they got, is this clearly people think this is gonna do gangbusters for Nintendo. I don't necessarily know that I agree, but whatever. And then, in that same interview with Reggie, he said, and I quote, "It is not meant to be some sort of competitive answer to virtual reality," which I
Of
don't,
course.
yeah, I don't know why that was even a question that was asked. Like, why did that come up? It's so odd to me.
It's meant to be something totally unique, totally unexpected. Yeah, no, you nailed it on the head with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the
Just,
rest of the quote. Yeah.
hashtag just Nintendo things. Oh, I don't know.
But yeah.
It's a weird thing. It's definitely not for me. I honestly am not even sure if I'm gonna be participating in it just because of how out there it is.
I probably won't get the robot kit, but I will. I'm pretty sure I'll get the little variety pack because I want to. I just want to try it out. That looks cool.
Really? You think the variety pack? I was thinking the exact opposite actually.
You want to get the ramp? Well, you have I almost said something very very not PC for the show. You have been waiting for like a Rampage style game like that. The software that's in that kit, that the more expensive kit. You kind of wanted that game anyway, didn't you?
That is true. But
So
but so to me the variety pack looks more like a 1-2 switch kind of thing where it's just like a bunch of small experiences that aren't really there's no real game there. Is the vibe I get.
you think there's going to be a full actual real game in the other kit?
I mean, there's one thing and it's $80. It better be like there better be a real experience there. If
You remember
that's
when Superman 64 came out?
wow, deep cuts, Colin.
I'm just saying that was a full priced real game, and it was not a real game.
I mean, okay, sure,
That's what
but
it reminds me of, actually. Honestly, that's where that came from. It looks like a destructible Superman 64 world.
mm,
So I mean, as long as you're not flying through rings, I think you'd be okay.
for the 10
But
people that played Superman 64.
if only 10 people played it, then that game did phenomenal for itself.
So my point is though is that at $80 like at that $80 price tag with the one thing, the one like suit, it has to have something in it. It's got to be a full experience.
Yeah, like just like 1-2 Switch has to be a full experience.
Okay, you're not wrong. You're just a jerk. Um,
Yeah, same.
so I don't know. For me, this is definitely in the wait and see. I want to believe, but I don't. I just don't. I don't see this. Best case scenario, it's not for me. I think, but who knows? Did you have any other thoughts?
Nope.
So, I asked the question of the week last week. I asked for suggestions on Metroidvanias, and I got an overwhelmingly positive response for Cave Story Plus. Um, yeah, so that's the thing. Thank you for voting, everybody. It was great. I will definitely be checking out Cave Story Plus. And with that about wraps us up. If you want to email the show, you can do so at desyncnerds@gmail.com. If you prefer Twitter, you can tweet at the show at desyncnerds or at either of us individually. I'm at Kulana, Kulanah, and he's at DSN Colin. If you want to support the show, we're on Patreon at patreon.com/desyncnerds. Now that I'm finally caught up on all of the news and whatnot, I'm going to start doing the daily headline roundups starting on Tuesday, just because I want to give the news some time to build up. If you want to support the show but you can't do so monetarily, you can rate and review us on iTunes or Stitcher. That helps a lot, and we will definitely be reading the actual written out reviews when they'll start getting posted. You can catch us next Sunday at twitch.tv/desyncnerds, and the VODs will be up on YouTube. The channel is desyncnerds. We are also on Discord at bit.ly/dsndiscord. And thanks for listening, everybody.
Peace.